Today I'd like to talk about our research in microneedle arrays. And we have been working on this for many years, since about mid-2000s. Microneedle arrays include a number of tiny needles as thin as hair, and there could be few or could be even thousands. And they are used to really precisely deliver drugs or vaccines into the body through the skin or into the skin. Or they can be also used to diagnose different diseases because they can measure biomarkers from either blood or interstitial fluid in the skin. And there's a number of different kinds of microneedles. One of them is dissolvable, where the drug is integrated into the needle. The other one is hollow, that you can actually pass through and use it more like a traditional needle. However, they are much smaller. And there is also hybrid needles where only the tip dissolves away. And all of these have different uses and different advantages, and our group works in all of those. So first of all, because they are so small, when we implement them into the skin, they do not reach the nerve endings. And with that, you end up not feeling any pain. Also, they are so small that with the naked eye, you can almost not see them. Therefore, this significantly increases patient compliance, especially for kids, of course, them being afraid of needles and such. The second thing is, especially the dissolvable microneedle arrays provide a protection for the drug that is inside. Therefore, their shelf life can increase significantly and potentially eliminating or reducing the need for this cold chain requirement for us to deploy these in the third world or even rural areas, which is a big concern. Another aspect of microneedles is that they can potentially be self-administered. So you may not need to visit doctor's office in order to, implant this. They come in packages. You open the package and you push this thing through with an applicator or with your hand into the skin and hold it there for a little while, and they can deliver the drug, and that's actually very, very effective. Microneedle arrays also give us a very simple means of diagnosing things and targeting certain levels of skin. For instance, we can make them deep enough to measure things from the blood, or we can make them shallower to measure things from what's called interstitial fluid that's actually within our skin, and we can actually see different disease biomarkers. So as I said, we have been working on this about 20 years now. And initial work was, of course, more fundamental research, benchtop experiments or simulations and such. And since then, we have gone a long way, and we are ready to deploy some of these things in clinic and in the market. And of course, biomedical devices have other difficulties, such as FDA approval, which takes years in some cases. However, because we know the manufacturing space very well, and we have been developing these scalable manufacturing approaches, when COVID-19 crisis happened, we were able to get some funding from the state of Pennsylvania here on literally creating a system to scale up the production of microneedles. And with this, we actually created a robotic-based system enabling us to build these microneedles at a very, very fast pace, because clearly, if you're going to use them for vaccines, you need many of them. So we could create, in a very small area, we could create tens of thousands of these a day, and the same system can be replicated to be able to do million out of a factory a day, kind of a production rate. So we are very, very close. Hopefully next 5 to 10 years, we are going to see these to be deployed in a very, very big way in all kinds of diseases and diagnostic mechanisms.